My name is Nate Hardisty from Cranston, Rhode Island. I want to talk about political correctness, racism, differences in culture, the effect it has, and the fact that people don't look at it as much as they should. And they don't recognize it as much as they should because it's looked at as too much of a bad thing. Racism's looked at worse than rape or murder or anything that's an emotion can be. Racism and hate is an emotion. It's natural. Things like robbery and rape and beatings, that's morals. People need to have good morals. They can control that. You can't control how you think based on emotion. And political correctness, the term, came from the fact that you have to lie to say how you feel. You can't say how you feel about a certain thing because it won't be politically correct and it won't be right. That's not right. You have to say what you feel all the time, and it doesn't matter. There's differences between every single race on this earth. Every species on this earth has a difference between it. There's difference between dogs, cats, birds, anything. Just like there's a difference between people. And the fact that it's so wrong to think that way, it's inane and isn't right. Crimes that are dealt with that are based on hate are dealt with more seriously than are with morals. You could rob a store, you'll get a month in jail. You could get in a fight with someone and think differently about them, and you'll get 10 years in jail. That's not right. It makes no sense. People need to open their eyes and recognize the fact that people are different, and thinking about them differently can help anything work out better. It's just the way it is. Whether you're honest about it or not, yeah, you can't conform to anything. It's just the same as conforming to anything that you guys talk about. And it's all the same. The differences between cultures. There's different countries all over this earth, and they're called minorities for a reason. Different cultures, you go to Africa where people eat each other and live in huts, and there's always a reason for it. There's an excuse for it. But the reason is some people act differently than others. A historical injustice is just that. We've all had them. Everybody's had them. Whether you can bounce back from it and bring yourself back from it, that's up to them. And it's up to you to do it for yourself. And think about if you were to walk through a white suburb, would you be scared at night by yourself, $50 in your pocket, as opposed to walking through Chad Brown, which is a predominantly black neighborhood? It's dangerous, but why is it dangerous? There's a reason for everything. And nobody likes to talk about these things, and nobody says it. But I see it every day, and I talk about it every day, and I make it known that that's the way I think, because that's just the way everybody should think. And it's not based on individuals. It's based on a whole. You can take different groups of people and different groups of everything and place it in different spots. Different things are going to happen. You can't take one black guy and one white guy and say that he's better than him, because he's not. There's plenty of white people who are bad. There's plenty of Mexicans who are bad, blacks who are bad, anything. Chinese, it doesn't matter. But there's differences in different races that stand out, and it's because it's just the way it is. And I'm tired of it being so shrouded all the time. It shouldn't be, and it can't be. And the more it is, the more animosity builds up between all that.
You're hiding from it.
Yeah, you can't hide from it. If you think something's wrong for a certain reason, it's just what it is. It's wrong. You can't go to the store and beat someone up and rape them, on the other hand, but you get in less trouble as if you say, I fought him because he did this because he's black or this or that. Doesn't make any sense. That's basically it. I can't stand up here and tell you everything about it because I'd go on forever.
Well, it's a new evolution. It's like a new classification of a crime that's all of a sudden,
in the 1970s, or I don't know how old you are, Nate, but like back in the 1970s, there was racism and such, but it wasn't classified as a hate crime. Now you have a new category of crime, and it seems that the penalties for breaking that a law in that category are more extreme than, like you said, the most severe of crimes: murder, rape, diddling.
Yeah, exactly. But it shouldn't be that way. And U.S. Justice Department statistics exist for them to keep track of what's going on. It's not for them to tell us what's going on, so we have a number based on what to think about what's going on. It exists for them, and those numbers don't lie. And every year, they're the same. Blacks commit more violent crimes than whites, against whites. They commit more robberies, they commit more rape, they commit more everything. Based on that, I'm not saying that all black people are bad. I'm just saying, as a whole, there are different groups on this earth that are lesser than others, just like a dog or a cat. If you go to the pet store and you want to pick out a dog to bring home to your family, and you have a pit bull or a golden retriever to bring home, you're going to pick the golden retriever, just because it reacts differently to different situations than the other dog would. It doesn't matter. You could raise a dog right and it'll act how you want it to, but there's certain situations, no matter what you put that dog in, it's going to react different. It's the same thing with humans. Everything was put on this earth because it was born here naturally. It doesn't matter how it got here. It doesn't matter what it is now. It's going to act the way it acts. It's the same thing with every different race. People are put together different. I was a kid in school that stood up when the teacher said the only difference between blacks and whites is their skin color. And I said, no, it's not. Their noses are different. Their hair is different. Their eyes are different. Their voices, their lips. They have extra muscles in their legs. They're different. They're different people. If all that shit is different, how come it's not okay to think that they can act different? It's just the way that it is. It's the truth. That's how it is. But you can't say it, and I don't think that's right. And I'd like to say it more. And I don't want people to think I'm a shithead, because I do. But, I mean, I get shit every day. I always will, and I don't care. That doesn't bother me. The thing that bothers me is that I see people tell me stuff like, how could you think like this and that all the time? And I look at them and I think, how could you think like that? How could you not see what's right in front of you? It's obvious.
That's a perfect example of what you're saying about people being different and people are different.
Yeah.
It's such an extreme how someone can say to you, how do you think like that? And then your reaction is, I can't believe you don't think the same way.
How can you not? Anyway, that's all I have to say about it now. But thank you.
This concludes this program broadcast. We the People, a freedom of speech television show. Go to www.wethepeopleofri.org.